Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rebel Chumps channel. Today I wanted to talk about a lightsaber that I've never thought I would really grow to like. And not because I don't like the movies or I don't like the character, it just never struck me as this would be a lightsaber that I really gonna enjoy. Like, really like. I like the design. I never had anything against the lightsaber design. I was like, yeah, it's a good lightsaber. It looks good, but it was just not on my radar. Till I received one secondhand for me to start installing and learn installing, and I've been playing with it non-stop, and I start to love it more and more and more. Despite it has some massive flaws that I need to work with, I'm gonna be honest with that. But that's just particular to this brand, not the hilt model. But this is the one. This is the Kylo Ren lightsaber, the crossguard, and it started to grow on me so much. First of all, it's big, it's beefy, it's really big and beefy, and it falls in line with, for example, a Graflax from the original trilogy or Darth Vader's lightsaber. In my opinion, it's a big, unwieldy lightsaber in terms of the sizing and dimensions. It's just a big chunk and a hunk. It's heavy, and yeah, it started to really grow me. This is what I always imagined originally as the rate for lightsabers. It's definitely heavy. It's just not the most convenient thing to use, and it actually looks really good. And it's really funny that the more I play with it, the more it grows on me, and especially in this case, this core band kit, because you have so much work ahead of you to make this a really nice replica, or to make it into a nice custom piece. Um, well, people coming here, so we're safe. It just struck me as a really nice canvas hilt, like a really nice canvas hilt, because there's a lot of things you need to do with this in order to achieve what you want. Like, for my example, I'm looking at the one I received, so it has been yeah, butchered by somebody in terms of the weathering. They try to take away the powder coating in order to weather it. It's a shame. If they did some research and ask around like I did yesterday, there are just powder coat strippers available that strip that stuff right off the hilt, and then you can do a proper job. So what I have to do is I have to polish this up to make it nice and smooth again, because it's really rough. The weathering they have done on it, it's really rough, and that's why they sold it to me for $80. That was a really good price, $80 for this whole thing. And it includes all the pieces, etc. So I'm really stoked with that. It didn't look like it has been installed or anything. It was a project that was begun and never finished. I like the features that you have here, although they're really gimmicky. The removable front plate and the removable inner core plate with those little earth magnets. It's not a fantastic solution, to be honest. But again, I see a lot of YouTube videos from people that do custom lightsaber installs, and they have their own solutions, and it's really cool to see how many different solutions people actually apply for even for this latching system, for example, how they configure that, how they set it up, what they do with the hilt, how they configure it, etc. It's really cool to see. You have so many options, and they use like 3D printed parts or real life computer chip parts and whatnot to fill up the slash here and the bottom piece here. They use the bluing. Some people use real heat to blue the emitter side. Some or the I forgot the name of these. Some use paint or whatever, spray paint, all kinds of options. So it's really cool to see. Some people keep it all black. Some people weather it a little bit. Some people go all in for the weathering, and it's a really cool canvas, and I really like that. So it might be a beginning of a collection of Kylo Ren lightsaber. So this will probably be my personal hilt as a personal project. I think I'm just gonna keep this one and start building it. I have to say it's a bit rough. A lot of the parts are actually casted; they're not milled, so there's a lot of casting marks, And unfortunately, they didn't clean that up at Corbett. They just powder coated over it, so you see a lot of inconsistencies in the alloys, a lot of cracks and ugly pieces. So I have to clean it up. Probably not showing up on this really poor camera. What you see here, yeah, you see that damage here? That's just from the casting process. It's done pretty roughly. But it's a cool hilt, and now I'm super excited to get the one from KR Sabers myself, and I will keep my eyes open for the Phoenix Prop version, and then build up a collection of these. Some I will try to make as accurate to a movie as possible, some will be all black as the throne scene room, some will be with the bluing on it, and some will be maybe totally custom, completely different colors, different configuration, and just go crazy with it. It's really cool, this hilt. I really did not expect that at all. So you guys probably have it as well. Sometimes from time to time you just get a hilt, and yeah, it's not really on your radar, and you hold it, and then suddenly it's like, wow, that's actually really nice. It's actually really good. It's actually, wow, it's really good. Now I know this particular hilt might not be for everybody. Some people will not like it, but I totally dig the design, and yeah, it just it grows with me with the day, and I can't stop playing with it, even in this readily loose non-setup configuration yet, because the screws are not in the back plate yet, so this is all loose yet. The front easily falls out. It doesn't have the parts here yet. It's just in a horrible state. So a few things that I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna strip it from all the powder coating, because this has a really matte finish to it, and just not really nice. And I need to buff out some of these really ugly inconsistencies to make it more streamlined, and or use it as a weathering technique, like make it come out more as weathering. So certain areas where the casting is just ugly, and then use that as a weathering technique, and then have that show up later on when I re-powder coat it, because my idea is to also start doing the powder coating small scale first for myself, of course, on my own personal hilts, but I want to have it re-weathered in piano black, so high gloss piano black, and then weather it down in the edges and corners, not completely weathered down, or big edges watered down, but parts of it, so it looks more like the movie. And this slash, the area of this slash is very soft, it's very gentle, like it doesn't feel like it's a slash. So I have to get a Dremel, and I want to have the edges peel out a bit, so I have to get a Dremel, cut a little bit, and then use like I don't know how to call it, but I have to pull open some of the alloy, so it really looks like it's slashed open, because now it looks like it doesn't look like a gash, it looks like a hole. It's too soft, the edges are way too soft to be a damage to the hilt, and so I'm gonna work with that, and just to use a little bit my imagination to it, so my own interpretation to this hilt. Not 100% movie accurate. For movie accurate versions, I'd rather have the one from KR Sabers and the one from Phoenix Prop, because those will come with the accuracy kits, etc., and it will be much more movie-like than this one. This one is more like a budget-friendly replica that you can make it as accurate as you want, but you have to sink in quite a bit of money to make it really movie accurate, with the KR accuracy kit and some other things. You have to spend a lot of time in it. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time in it, but I'm gonna make it a little bit my own, without having to invest a lot of money in replacing this part, etc. It's just gonna be my own version of it, how I think Kylo Ren's version looks like. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. It's I watch a lot of the YouTube videos that set from other people that install these, and they have so many different ideas. Some have like little LEDs underneath here that give sparking effects. It was really cool. I think there was Zimmer from I forgot his YouTube channel. Sorry, I forgot it. I'll get back to that. Zimmer Labs. Really cool idea. So I might look into that as inspiration as well. I look at the one how Vader's Fold did it. Vader's Fold did some changes with the earth magnets to re-strengthen it by adding much more earth magnets. Other YouTubers did that as well. So I will come up with their own solution. Now, of course, I'm not gonna redesign the entire hilt, because the hilt design definitely has its limitations, and this weird semi-cool part where you can have these parts unlocked, or these hatches open. That's pretty cool at one end, but other end it makes the saber really loosey-goosey. So I have to work with that, because I really don't like loose parts on my hilts. I completely hate that. So yeah, we're gonna see how far we're gonna get, and I'm really excited for this hilt. Honestly, I'm really excited. This will be a big project for me. I have to work on this probably a few weeks to get it how I want to. So stripping it completely down and then start working on it slowly. And yeah, I might be going to that route in just if it works out and I like it, I might go more into that route. Is more of, you know, customizing lightsabers into like really nice pieces, and some of them are just my own creations versus just installing sabers as the main focus, just installing electronics. I think I like to work with designing stuff and come up with a unique interpretation of the Kylo Ren hilt, for example, based on this replica piece. Different color schemes, different wires, different, I don't know, different functions of certain parts, and just come up with my own stuff. I might explore that as well as something that I might enjoy the most, versus installing the electronics only as the sole thing that I do. So yeah, I did not expect, guys. It was in short. I did not expect I would like this lightsaber so much. It's completely heavy, over the top, and bulky and big. Definitely not something you want to just hang off your belt, unless you do a Kylo Ren Kylo Ren costume, which might be something that I actually want to look into, because I really dig his physique in The Force Awakens, with the robe and the masked face and the hoodie, and yeah, I like that. I think that's really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Really cool piece. If you don't own one yet and you see one for cheap, just try to snatch one up. It's a really fun little project to work on. Don't think it's out of the box good enough to just install. Honestly, I don't think it is that case. It can be, but I think a lot of people will not be fully satisfied with how it comes out of the box, and it definitely requires some love to make it a really good piece, because it's a really good canvas, to be honest. So yeah, that was my little video. Hopefully I see you in the next video. If you have any comments or requests or questions, let me know. Thank you. Ooh, it's very sunny now, sunny. Take care. Bye.